right, I believe we've got Nathan Jackson from the Vision Church here tonight to do the invocation, so if everybody would please rise for that.
Father, I thank you for our beautiful city. God, I ask that you would protect it and bless it in so many different ways. God, I thank you for the leadership that you've given this city. I pray that you would continue to give them wisdom and discernment and guide them in making decisions for our city for what is best for it. God, we pray for our schools. We ask that you would continue to protect and bless them. We pray for our businesses, God, that you would bless them financially and in so many other ways. God, but we just ask for you to bless our city in just a great way. We are so thankful for it, thankful for what you've given us, and we just pray that you would help our leadership and our entire city to be good stewards of what you've given us. And so, God, we just thank you for this Christmas time and the time that we celebrate you sending your son Jesus into this world to save us. And so we're so thankful for that. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Please remain standing for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have no remote participation. Call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick? Here. Commissioner Ward?
Here.
Commissioner Carnes?
Here.
Commissioner Cruz?
Here.
Mayor Downs?
Here. Approval of minutes from the regular November 27th meeting. If there are no questions or concerns, we'll entertain a motion and a second to approve those as presented.
So moved.
A motion by Commissioner Carnes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Ward. Roll call.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. I have no treasurer's report. Approval of bills to be paid. Same thing here. If there are no questions or concerns, would entertain a motion and a second to approve as presented.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick, second by Commissioner Carnes. Roll call.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. We have no proclamations, guests, appointments, consent agenda, or public agenda. We've got a big agenda on ordinances, resolutions. So looks like Resolution 2023 R1106 is a resolution authorizing a business district agreement with Taste of Fantasy LLC, which is the Dairy Queen. And this is for final approval. If there are no questions or concerns or changes, which I don't think there has been, I'd entertain a motion and a second to approve as presented.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Carnes.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cruz. Roll call.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. Resolution 2023 R11-07, resolution authorizing a TIF financing agreement with Redline Performance, 101 South Washington. Same thing here. Final approval. If there are no questions, concerns, or changes, would entertain a motion and a second to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Kirkpatrick, second by Commissioner Carnes. Roll call.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. Resolution 2023 R11-08, resolution authorizing a TIF district agreement with CC Artistry, 1618 East Main, 23 North Division. This is for final approval as well. If there are no questions, concerns, or changes, would entertain a motion and a second to approve as presented.
Just for the record, I had no representation in this one.
Noted.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Cruz.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Carnes. Roll call.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. Resolution 2023 R11-09, resolution awarding bid and authorizing the bid award. Notice to proceed for the influent lift station. If there are no questions, concerns, or changes, we'll entertain a motion and a second to approve as presented.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cruz, second by Commissioner Carnes. Roll call.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. Ordinance 2023-012-01 is an ordinance regarding the Illinois Paid Leave for All Act, Workers Act for the city of DuQuoin. This is for final approval. Ruth or Kaylin, you want to give a little rundown of what we got going here?
Sure. The state of Illinois passed a state law that says that if you're an employer, you have to provide a minimum of 5 paid days off per year. The Illinois Municipal League believes that the home rule cities are exempt from that if they pass a resolution exempting themselves before January 1st, 2024, when it's effective. So the city employees already have a collective bargaining agreement, but for the ones that don't, this provides for them to have at least one paid day off per year. It would exempt the city from having to comply with the minimum of 5 days, though.
Any questions or concerns? If not, would entertain a motion and second to approve, and this is for final approval.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Kirkpatrick, second by Commissioner Carnes. Roll call.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. Resolution 2023 R12-01, the resolution rescinding condemnation of 510 West North Street. This is for final approval. I think Doug's happy with what we've got going here. Okay. With that being noted, we're entertaining a motion and second to rescind the condemnation.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Carnes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Cruz. Roll call.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. Ordinance 2023-012-02, the ordinance levying taxes for library expenditures for FY24. This is for debate and public display. Would entertain a motion and a second to approve that as presented if there are no questions or concerns. Anybody? Yeah,
Oh,
just need a motion.
motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ward,
Second.
second by Commissioner Cruz. Roll call.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. Ordinance 2023-012-03 is an ordinance enacting the budget for FY24. This is for debate and public display. Does anybody have any questions or concerns over what we've got in there so far? If not, would entertain a motion and second to put that on public display for the next 2 weeks for
So moved.
final approval in
Second.
late December. Got a motion by Commissioner Kirkpatrick, second by Commissioner Carnes. Roll call.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. Ordinance 2023-012-04, the ordinance levying taxes for corporate expenditures for fiscal year '24. What we've got here, I've talked to you guys each individually, proposing to raise the levy 4%. The maximum allowed without having a truth in taxation hearing is 4.99%. So we're doing 4% to keep up with our costs. And, you know, we did some research, everything's online, and so we looked at a handful of houses and kind of figured out that when the council in the past has raised it 4.9%, people's taxes really doesn't have much of an impact on their city line item. So by going even lower at 4%, we feel comfortable that we're not losing money. We're keeping up with our costs as, you know, people get raises in accordance with the union contract. And so I think this keeps us in a good spot while not, you know, loading down our taxpayers even more. So I think everybody seemed like they were good with that when we spoke last week. Is there anything we need to add? Kaylin or Ruth, did I miss anything?
No.
No.
Okay. So with that, would entertain a motion and a second to put this on public display.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Kirkpatrick,
Second.
second by Commissioner Cruz. Roll call.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Recuse.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. All right, ordinance 2023-012-05, ordinance levying taxes for the general obligation bond. This is for police and firefighters pension. Ruth, you can explain a little bit more what you've got here, I think.
This will be our regular payment to that general obligation bond that was passed 2 years ago for the police and firefighters pension. The payment this year actually has decreased by $2,000, and then over the next 18 years, the payment will fluctuate. The biggest fluctuation we have is a little less than $5,000 in the payment. So this will allow that tax to remain approximately the same over the life of the bond.
Anybody else got any questions? Same thing here. This will be on public display for 2 weeks, so need a motion and a second to put 2023-012-05 on public display.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Cruz,
Second.
second by Commissioner Kirkpatrick. Roll call.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Recuse.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. All right, resolution 2023-R12-02 is a resolution authorizing purchase of body-worn cameras for the police department. And this will be for debate and public display as well. I think we got Chief Ingram here to talk about the next few items for us. Good evening.
So this one's for the Axon body camera quote you guys have in front of you. Ruth and I have been in communication with Axon Enterprise. They're one of the largest body-worn camera manufacturers in the country. It seems to be the one that virtually everybody's going with, especially in this area. Perry County and Pinckneyville both use them. Carbondale has them. Jackson County's getting them. Long story short, they're very popular because they do offer a lot of use. We've been using body cameras here at DuQuoin Police Department since Chief Mansell, and that was probably 5 years ago. The cameras we're currently using are starting to age out, we'll say, and they're a different brand. They were WatchGuard, and comparing the capabilities WatchGuard to Axon, we found that Axon does appear to be a superior product, offers a lot more versatility for us. It would help us be able to get basically all of our footage, for example, share with the state's attorney's office. If we stick with Axon, we can, for example, if Perry County Sheriff's Office and DuQuoin PD end up on one call, all of our recordings would end up on one file together as opposed to being kept two different agencies. A lot of versatility that would benefit not just DuQuoin PD, but all of us together, be able to share that. And then so we've chosen to get, or attempt to get the Axon body cameras. One thing with this is, we all know by 2025, these will be mandated. So we're gonna have to get body cameras in the near future, get ours updated. And the state of Illinois is pushing out grants for those. The one that's being put out by the Training and Standards Board is a grant that requires the cameras to have been purchased and in-house before you can put in for the grant. So that's a position we're in now. It's our understanding that the state is going to open that grant back up in January. But we would have to have these cameras in-house before that grant opens back up in order to try to get a large portion of this quote reimbursed by the state. And in talking to Jeff Ashar, he's already agreed to help us with the grant process to make sure we get a good shot at getting this awarded to us once the cameras are in-house. So that's all I've got on those. Any questions for me?
Any questions for Chief Ingram? If not, I would entertain a motion second to put this on public display. Motion by Commissioner Ward,
Second.
second by Commissioner Carnes. Roll call.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes. So the total is $88,401.60. But Ruth, it's outlined here what we've got to pay, right? So January of next year, which is a couple weeks away, we've got to pay a little under $30,000. And then each January after that, it's about, varies between $13,500 to $15,500 over the next 5 years. So we're not paying that whole amount up front. And then, like Chief said, hopefully we can get a grant to cover some or all of that cost. Okay, resolution 2023-R1203 is a resolution authorizing purchase of Panasonic Tough Books, and this is again for the police department. Chief?
Again, under Chief Vansel, approximately 5 or 6 years ago, we brought in-car laptop computers. Even back then, when we purchased those, they were purchased as refurbished units. They've served us well over the last 5 or 6 years, but just like the cameras, they're starting to age out. And some of the programs in the computer can't update anything like that anymore. So, in discussion with Ruth and Mr. Terrence, what was his last name?
Henry.
Yeah, Mr. Henry, we were able to get a quote for new in-car computers that would help serve the officers being out on patrol. In addition to the computers, I believe the quote also contains new mounts for in the vehicle to replace all of the existing hardware in the vehicle to make sure they're usable while the officers are out on patrol.
Okay. Any questions or concerns on this one? If not, we'll entertain a motion and second to put this on public display.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Ward,
Second.
second by Commissioner Carnes. Roll call?
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz,
Yes.
Mayor Downs.
Yes.
Yeah.
49, 128, 15.
49, 128.
Yep. Okay, resolution 2023 R1204, resolution authorizing purchase of duty weapons for the police department. I think this is your last one, Chief.
Yes, so I've been here 16 years and some change at this point, even long before that. It's been common practice that officers, as they get hired, supply their own duty weapon. And there isn't necessarily a specific make or model that is suggested, focused primarily on the caliber of weapon. So what we have is currently have a department full of officers that are using different types, different makes and models of duty weapons, be it either 9mm, 40 or 45 caliber. And in an attempt to get everybody on the same page, proposed looking at getting one standard issued make and model of a duty weapon, which presents certain benefits. And I've explained a couple of these things as to why I believe it's very important and necessary for us to do so. For example, if we're out and there's a malfunction, weapon is no longer usable, we would have somebody in-house that would know how to fix that particular type of weapon. I do believe we have Sergeant Jewell, who is a Glock armor, who would be trained to fix minor issues. In the event that, for example, the weapon has to be used in the line of duty, that weapon would be submitted to the State Police Crime Lab and held there pending investigation, meaning that officer would essentially be without a weapon. And the weapon that he brought to service for due point would be locked up in evidence. And so just a couple of the benefits as to why it's important for us to basically all have the same weapon. My few examples here.
Yeah. So I had Ruth put both of these bids in there, guys. The first one that's $17,487.86 is from Keesler Police Supply, and they're in Indiana. And the other one was from an Illinois group. That's $19,543.44, so about $2,000 more. But I just wanted you guys both to see that. And like I told Chief and Ruth, we can make a decision to spend the extra $2,000 and it stays in Illinois, or we can go for the cheaper price and go out of state. It's up to what the majority of the council wants to do. I just wanted you guys to know that the option was out there. So we just need to open it up to make a motion on whichever one, right?
For discussion.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions or concerns before we put it on public display?
Have you selected, not from who you purchased it, but have you selected what type of weapon?
Yes,
Yeah.
the quotes that were presented to you are both for the exact same type of gun, which would be a Glock model 45, a 9mm handgun. And again, that would be for all the full-time staff. Now, in bringing this up with Commissioner Ward here recently, once this is going, we would like to also possibly address equipping part-time and auxiliary officers with the same thing, but that something I'd like to discuss in the near future with him and the rest of the council, but that's not part of tonight's discussion.
Okay. Okay, so, again, it's up to you guys. Mike, you got a preference on going with Illinois or Indiana, cheaper price in Indiana, or spending a little extra in Illinois?
Well, we've gone to other states before for our vehicles, so it really doesn't matter to me. 2000's 2000.
Wade?
What do you want to stay in Illinois? That's.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, this is not, I haven't made a decision, or I don't even have a preference. I just wanted you guys to see what the opportunities were. Jill, you're a finance person, you got an
I would
opinion?
say $2,000.
Okay. Coach?
What'd you say, Jill?
I think we should save $2,000.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, let's get a motion and a second to put on public display the bid with Kiesler out of Indiana for $17,487.86.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Ward,
Second.
second by Commissioner Cruz. Roll call?
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz.
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick,
Yes.
Mayor Downs.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. All right, Resolution 2023 R12-05 is resolution authorizing financing of the pumper truck for the fire department. This is for final approval from Quoin State Bank. We got 4%, right, Ruth?
Mm-hmm.
4% for 10 years. Okay.
I, for the record, have recused myself from this selection and representation on this one as well.
All right. Any questions or concerns? If not, we'll entertain a motion and a second for final approval here.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Ward.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Carnes. Roll call?
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes.
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz,
Yes.
Mayor Downs.
Yes. Resolution 2023 R12-06, resolution authorizing the execution of the Illinois Telecommunicator Emergency Response Task Force intergovernmental agreement. It's a mouthful. Final approval, I think we got Doug Clark here to talk to us about that. Hi, Doug.
Mayor, council, basically what ILTERT is, it's a similar agreement to what we already hold with ILEAS for sworn personnel, AVIS for fire, IEMAS for emergency management, and IPWMAN for public works. This one specifically targets our telecommunicators. It gives an open channel if we were to have a large event or, you know, a severe event like an active shooter or even a loss of duty death. It gives us a pool of resources to maybe bring dispatchers in that work with the same type of dispatch console and the same type of radios or same type of CAD to maybe relieve or provide assistance to our dispatchers. They also could help out in the field if we had the right incident where the Unified Command Post was on a long-term deployment. A lot of those are familiar with the radios in those units. I've worked with this group before on the emergency management side. The thing is, emergency management can't be a full member. Only agencies with a public safety answering point can be a full member. It's just something that improves our capabilities. If we were to have an incident, a long-term incident, they could bring in properly trained dispatchers to help relieve or assist our own. I'll take any questions if anybody's got questions.
Big got anything for Doug? If not, we'll entertain a motion and a second for final approval here.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Ward,
Second.
second by Commissioner Kirkpatrick.
Go ahead.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick.
Yes.
Commissioner Carnes.
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz.
Yes.
Mayor Downs.
Yes. Resolution 2023 R12-07, resolution confirming the 2024 council meeting dates, and this is for final approval. Please note, we've moved 4 of the meetings to Tuesdays. That'd be Tuesday, February 13th, Tuesday, May 28th, Tuesday, October 15th, and Tuesday, November 12th, and that's due to either state and or federal holidays. Seen a motion and a second to approve that.
So moved.
You're talking about the council meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
And you repeat those dates again?
Yes, ma'am. These are ones that we moved to Tuesday. So Tuesday, February 13th, Tuesday, May 28th, Tuesday, October 15th, and Tuesday, November 12th. All the other meetings will remain on Mondays.
Does she know it's the second and fourth?
Yeah.
If she knows, okay.
The second and fourth Mondays at 6 typically. Those are the only 4 that we moved. All right, so I had a motion by Commissioner Ward, I believe, need a second.
Second.
Commissioner Cruz, roll call.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick,
Yes.
Commissioner Carn.
Yes.
Mayor Downs.
Yes. All right, Resolution 2023 R12-08, resolution establishing raises for non-union employees. And this will go along with what the same percentage that the union is getting, which is 3.148% as of January 1st of next year. And this would include city clerk, budget finance director, city treasurer, fire chief, fire department full-time and on-call employees, police chief, police part-time and auxiliary, street director, water reclamation plan director, health and code enforcement officer, and EMA coordinator. And the police, or the fire department, full-time and on-call guys, there's a little bit lower based off a 53-hour work week as opposed to a 40-hour, right, Ruth?
Yes.
Percentage, I think, is still the same. Okay, would entertain a motion and a second to do that, and this is for final approval.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Kirkpatrick, second by Commissioner Carnes, roll call.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick.
Yes.
Commissioner Carn.
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Mayor Downs.
Yes. All right, other business, I don't think we have any. Just to make a note so everybody knows, our next meeting will be on a Tuesday, December 26th. Obviously Christmas Day, the day before on a Monday, so. For Pete and anybody else who wants to be here, that'll be the night we're here. All right, commissioners' comments. Caleb?
I have nothing.
Ian?
Nothing for me.
Wade?
I do have something on a personal note. I'd like to thank the fire department and the ambulance department. We had a family emergency Friday morning, and we called 911, and both of the ambulances were busy, and the fire department was here and very quickly. David Dakota and Heath Melton helped immensely helped us with my mother. And I just feel like sometimes we take things for granted until you really need it. And then when you do need it, we realize how blessed and how lucky we are to have really good people here in all of our departments. And, we do. I think that, until I was on this, commissioner, I didn't pay attention, but now I really do. And we have some really good people.
Mom, okay?
She's still in the hospital.
Okay.
So
Mike?
that's it.
Okay.
Prayers for your mom, Wade. Thank you. And also thanks to those departments that helped. Also, I believe it was Thanksgiving Day, Steve, wasn't it? They had a little baby that was born and almost lost his life, and because of the trained, experienced people we have with the ambulance, the state police, Quoin Police, Sheriff's Department, hospital crew. I mean, this baby probably did not have much of a chance to live, and I saw that it was released and brought home today, and we want to thank God for that, and thank God for all that everyone does to make things like this happen. It is such a blessing. Josh, I know you're gonna speak on something else, but I'm really proud of you, how you handled, we had something that really went on, made progress here, something's been worked on for years. I know you're modest, you didn't want to take credit for that, and I know that you and Ruth and others have worked on this, and I'll let you speak about that, but I appreciate that, because this would be a time for you to get on your soapbox and bandstand, and you're not doing that. I just really appreciate your modesty, a sign of good leadership.
Jill?
I don't have anything.
Coach?
I'm just going to reiterate what Wade said, and we are thankful for the people we've got, and we've got very capable people, and people that care about DuQuoin, and you can't do your job if you don't care about it. And that means so much, and the people you work with means so much, and we're very blessed in that area. And being an ex-school teacher, I can't get over the students that are here, and you all stayed awake. So you've been paying attention. Thanks for coming.
Ruth?
I just want to thank you for the opportunity to serve you again this year, the community. I appreciate it, and also to thank my staff. They're the staff behind the first responders and the street workers and the water workers, and I don't think they get thanked enough for everything they do. And also, Merry Christmas to everyone, because next time we meet, it'll be after Christmas.
Yep. That it? Good, Ruth?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I got a couple things. I want to congratulate Steve Merrick and Jimmy Cowsen being inducted in the 2024 IBCA Hall of Fame. I think everybody in town knows both those guys. Steve's been the voice of the Indians for over 30 years, and Jimmy's been a longtime official, so two really good guys who are deserving of that honor, so congratulations to them. Nikki Rathert, who owns Wander Art Studio, was chosen as one of 3 statewide makers in the Illinois MADE program. She was in Chicago last week with Governor Pritzker. In 2024, her work will be promoted across the state, in part by our kind of regional tourism group, Discover Downstate Illinois, which will draw attention to her work. And I was talking to her last night at the Holiday Lights, and she said, they're going to do a commercial for her and a big write-up and stuff. So it's, and she said, hey, it's going to promote the town too, which, more kudos to her, and we'll definitely accept all the positive promotion we can get. So congratulations to her for her efforts. This is the last weekend of the Holiday Lights Expo Hall. It's open Friday and Saturday from 5 to 9 and Sunday from 5 to 8. Of course, the lights will continue till the end of the year. On the weekends, $20 a car, so don't forget that. I want to just pass along some condolences. I don't know if he'll hear it. I talked to him a little bit this morning, but City of Heron had one of their city workers tragically killed in a wreck over the weekend, and their mayor has been a friend to me, and I'm sure knows some other people here too. So just want to pass along our condolences to not only the young man's family, but the mayor, the council, and the staff over there. It's a tough time of year to lose somebody. So I told him to let us know if we could be of any help to him. Again, back up what Ruth said, Merry Christmas to everybody. We'll see everybody the day after Christmas. Kind of what Mike was talking about last week, we got notified that the Delta Regional Authority was giving us $2,529,000 for the Hickory Street utility relocation project, and so that was a big win for us. And it was more than just me and Mike. I appreciate the words, but it was Ruth and Carrie Minnis and Brian Ziegler that work with us, and Brandy Bradley from Illinois, who's our designee to the DRA that pushed for that grant. So a lot of people involved. It's good to get that weight off of, I think, our collective shoulders, and know that we've only got to fund a few hundred more $1,000s there. So that'll be moving forward early next year with the project getting finalized and going to bid, and so we'll have more on that hopefully in sometime in January, and then get that going and get that road fixed up in the next couple of years and hopefully be good to go. So I think that's all I have. Anybody in the front row? Pete, you got any questions or good from? Okay, ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Vanessa Worthington. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I don't want to speak with the microphone, so I want to show you a picture. I want you guys to look at this picture. 2 years ago, a guy came to redo the alley, and my alley is Lime Street. It's right before you get to Lime Street, and it's a very busy alley because you got everybody running down the alley when it comes to the sports events, kids going to school, the parents in a hurry. And what happened is, when he fixed the street, all of a sudden, we had, it was open holes at both ends of the alley. And then, but after it was done, all of a sudden, this picture was taken a day after the rain. So you can imagine, when we have the heavy rain, I can't even pull into my garage because the flood is right there behind where I pull in. My back is my front. So whenever anybody comes to visit, our back in the alley, that is the front, because you can't park out in the front because it's a no parking sign. Now, I actually called this past winter and asked them, can you put something up? Because it also freezes when it snows, and then you get ice. So I can't park in my garage, because I gotta park in my driveway because it's ice. And I told them what's gonna happen, somebody either gonna slide into my garage or slide into that garage apartment or going to the lady across the way, her fence. And luckily, they're not speeding down the alley now because it's a police officer that keeps his car, that I think that lives there. So his car is there. So I guess the word is out that don't fly down this alley because we have a police officer that's living here. But I didn't want to bother him with that, but this really needs to be fixed because we didn't have this problem until, and then Hill had came, and he looked at it, and he said the next time, you know, when they come out and have the funding for it, that they will fix it, but it haven't happened yet. So I'm here to ask you guys if this is something that can be done, it really need to, because it's a busy alley. Another thing is, how do you go about getting your business promoted? Because right now I see signs of businesses, of people in the area, there's got big businesses, you got, listing on calendars for businesses. My niece and her husband have had their business for 5 years. It's the Fouch Cycle Shop, it's on 152, and it's in the corner, and you can't miss it because it got the big neon sign. They open 6 days a week, and nobody has ever come to welcome, nobody have ever come to ask them to whatever. They got the big billboard sign out here because that was one person that actually came in to their shop. So I just want to know, and now that I retired in 2021 after working for 44 years, I'm getting involved, I'll be coming to you guys' meeting, so who do I contact?
The Chamber of Commerce will be who you need to talk to about that.
And do we have office hours on that?
Ruth, do you have their office hours?
I don't know that they have regular office hours, but I'll get you the
Yeah.
contact information.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's where the signs came from that you're talking about up on the poles, ma'am.
Yes.
That was announced at a chamber meeting, and then they sent out an email to all their members for that. So I would encourage your family to join the chamber to get the benefits of.
join the chamber?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
As far as the street, if you can give your address to Ruth.
The alley, right?
Okay, just give your home address
Give me
and we can
contact
have,
information so I can send you-
our street director come over and look at it.
See who did that. I don't think, we don't.
On the west side.
Right across from Steve's
I can
house.
get your address.
That alley by the high school that runs into the high school.
She's talking about, okay, here's the school. Yeah.
We do have a city cell phone number.
Yeah, your house, that alley there.
Everything was done. I was thinking it was, I've been back there taking Jack Young.
It used to get a lot of traffic, it still does.
I'll look at it though. Well,
I know what you're talking about. Probably 5 or 6
I'll talk to Doug too.
Yeah.
See what's.
Yeah, that alley, I thought, yeah, because there used to be a car factory.
Thank you.
Way by the high school.
Ma'am?
Is it still there?
Ma'am, I wasn't aware of that. I will look at that tomorrow, okay? Charge of streets, and I will talk to Mr. Hill, who's the supervisor, and see if there's anything we can do, okay? If not, we'll get it on the list for having, I hope the thing retired. I understand what you're saying. I understand. Okay? I don't blame you. I
Yeah.
don't blame you one bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Mayor, council, I just want to follow up in regards to the recognition you gave to our first responders. As the 911 coordinator on that hat, I also want to make sure we recognize our telecommunicators because those are where those calls initiate. And over the last 8 years that I have been in charge of that, the state is really pushing on professionalizing that job. So their role is very important because that is where most of those calls initiate and they ensure our responders get to those emergencies.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, anybody else? All right. With that, we don't have executive session, so would entertain a motion and a second to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Carnes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Cruz. Roll call.
Commissioner Carnes?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Mayor Downs?
Yes.
Go pig out.